What's happening, guys? Scott from Hornet says welcome back to episode 27 of Tutorial Tuesday. As always, so good to see you. And in today's episode, I want to show you how to fix this common error with DCS Bios and BoRT. Now, if you are here and you've never seen this error in your life before, you did it correctly, you followed episode 7, and you downloaded the correct asset package. If you are getting this error though, it is just because you've gone and clicked the wrong code, you've gone and downloaded a very similar package, but it's missing a couple of files. So it doesn't matter if you're new here, you've got BIOS working, or you're getting this error, this episode's gonna be for you. So let's get into it. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So on my main desktop here, episode 7, I showed you where all these files came from, but don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to do this all again. We're going to go to the bottom left of my screen and I'm going to open up BoRT. BoRT is the BIOS reference tool. It gives you all your code, your input-output information for whatever DCS module you are using. But you can see we are getting this error, and I get asked about this at least once, maybe twice a week. And it is this here: unable to locate modules, please set the path of DCS BIOS JSON files, menu, select DCS BIOS location. Now, if you are getting this, you are going to go menu, set DCS location, and you're going to go to local to C, users, your name, saved games, DCS open beta, scripts, DCS BIOS, doc, JSON, and you're going to select folder. And it does not clear the message. Why? Because we are actually missing these files. We are missing the JSON files that tell it all the details and the data about the module you're using. So let me show you how we're going to fix that. My recommendation is we exit BoRT and we do a clean install. Even with updates, let's just do a clean install. That way we know we're using all the correct files. So let's open up File Explorer, local to C, users, your name, saved games, DCS, and then we're going to go scripts, and then we've got our folders here. Now, if you have never downloaded DCS BIOS before and this is your first tutorial about it, you're not going to have any of these folders. But for those that are current users, those that are having the issue, you're going to see these folders here. So what we want to go do is let's go single click DCS BIOS and we're going to delete it. Programs, make sure there's nothing in here that you need. Generally it's not if you're just using DCS BIOS. And we're going to delete programs. And now we have our saved games kind of back to where we were pre-DCS BIOS. Then we're going to go to our desktop and we're going to clean up the BoRT executable, single serial, and that is about it. Then we're going to close File Explorer. So now we are all at the same point. Those that have never seen BIOS before, you have a clean install. Those that have had it but just want to update it, or those that are having the issue, we have a clean path as well. So let's go and open up the internet and we want to type into Google DCS BIOS Skunkworks. And we want to load up this very first GitHub page, DCS Skunkworks /DCS BIOS. This here is where you would have possibly gone wrong if you were getting this error. You would have seen on the right-hand side here, DCS BIOS 0.8.3, which is the most recent. You would see a nice big green button here that says code. You would hit the drop down and you would go download the zip file thinking I'm getting DCS BIOS, but you're not. You are getting DCS BIOS main. And if we open up our downloads, we can see that it's called DCS BIOS main. That is not the correct folder that you want. So let's show you where the second trap you could have gone to. As I said in episode 7, you want to go navigate to the right-hand side of GitHub. You want to open up releases and you will find the assets pack at the bottom here. Now, if you go and accidentally download source code, thinking that's the zip folder that I want, and we reopen up our downloads folder, we now get DCS BIOS 0.8.3. Now that is very similar naming convention to what I would have had in episode 7, just a different version number. There's been a couple of updates, but it's still the wrong one, and I'll show you why. You want to download DCS BIOS version 0.8.3.zip it is the second from the top on my page. I'm not sure how it's going to orientate on yours, but this one here, DCS Bios, is what you want to click and download. If we go and download that now, and we open up our File Explorer again, you can see we have 3 file names that look pretty similar, but DCS Bios 0.8.3 and then capital letters DCS Bios v0.8.3, you can see how they look the same, and it can be assumed maybe it's the right folder. I don't know, but I'm going to show you why they look pretty different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the 2 DCS Bios 0.8.3s together side by side, and I'll show you where the difference is. So we've got them loaded up here. The wrong version or the wrong download or the source code is on our left. The right version is on our right. It's easy to remember, okay? You can see on the left here, we've got a lot more files in the base package and the source code. If we open up scripts, we now see the same folder structure. Let's open up DCS Bios on both. Let's open up doc on both. Let's open up JSON on both. And you can see the issue. They look the same. They feel the same when you're within the folder structure, and you can see that you may be following along in my episode 7 tutorial, but it's just not working the same. The reason for that is the source code has a .gitignore file in it, whereas the actual asset package has those missing JSON files. So that's how you know you have got the wrong subset. Follow that clicking train along, and you want to go DCS Bios, doc, JSON, and you want to make sure there are these JSON files here. That's the issue we had with episode 7. I don't think I iterated that correctly, saying this is the only one you can download to get it correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to go close, close. Let's delete all of these files, and we're going to re-download it, because all I want you to see from now on is me doing it properly. I don't want any negative learning. I just want you to see it the way that it's going to work. So let's go and get back into our Skunkworks DCS Bios release 0.8.3 on GitHub. The first one we want to download is the one we just spoke about, DCS Bios v 0.8.3.zip, second from the top. The next one we want to download is Arduino Tools. These two used to be as one package in the early releases. They are now just as 2 separate pieces. I think that way they can be updated independently. So that's all downloaded. Let's go back to our downloads folder. What we want to go do is extract these into Windows Explorer files. That way they're a bit easier to work with. Right click, extract files. Let's go OK. Right click, extract files, and we can do OK. Beautiful. There's probably other ways to do that. Don't go hate me for doing it this way. It is just the easiest way that works for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this to the right of my screen, and we're going to open up another file explorer, and this is going to be our saved games folder. If it's your first time here, saved games is where all your modifications would go for DCS that don't break the core structure of your download. So let's go local to C, users, Scott, saved games, DCS. For me, it's DCS Open Beta. And now we're in the saved games for DCS. Anything, wherever you see saved games, this is what it's talking about. And we're going to go into some specific folders now. What we want to do is open up our scripts folder. If you don't have this folder, it's not because you don't have the correct structure. Double check you are in saved games first, but if you are, it is because you probably haven't made any modifications to your DCS game. You'll find that you'll have this folder if you're doing TACView, if you're doing SRS. I can't remember what the base folder is, but I have had people message saying they don't have this folder, and the reason for that is it just hasn't been uploaded. So all you got to do is create a folder called scripts. DCS knows what to do with the rest. Let's go and open up script. Now, if you are a current DCS existing user and you either want to fix the bug or you just want to update, what I will get you to do is go and delete DCS Bios and delete the folder programs, because that's old stuff. We want to just put new stuff in. So we're going to hit delete, and now all of us, new users, current users, faulty users, we're all on the same playing field. Let's go and open up our DCS Bios folder. And we want to go and drag and drop DCS Bios straight into our scripts folder. If you're a new user, I'm going to get you to drag and drop the export file from your download straight into your saved games scripts folder, and it's going to do the rest. If you're an existing user of DCS Bios, all we're going to do is open up our export file to make sure it is still there, that line of code. If you're new, you've got exports, but you've never done DCS Bios before, we're going to go open up our export file within the scripts folder, and we're going to open up the export file within the download. Now it's confusing. Why couldn't they have just called it something else, like a copy and paste file? Who knows? But I guess it is for if this is the first time you're doing it. You want to go and copy and paste the single line of code, which is what we've just downloaded, and you're going to go place it into your current export file, and it will do the rest. Now you can see here on mine, I go TACview, DCS Bios, and then SRS standalone radio. I don't know if the order changes anything, who knows? Mine works, so if you want to go and copy and paste that structure, it seems to work. But that's it all done. We've gone and installed the DCS Bios section of it. We've installed what needs to be told to DCS and what needs to be pulled from DCS, but now we need some way to interact with it. And that's where we downloaded Arduino tools. All we got to do is really just drag and drop the Arduino tools folder into scripts as well. It's not that it's a script, it is just, this is our DCS Bios location, so why don't we go do something a little bit more intuitive and just drag and drop it again into DCS Bios, and now it's just an added folder in there. Who knows? When you go and update that DCS Bios folder, you've got to be aware that your Arduino tools are in there too. But hey, do whatever works best for you. I'm aware of it, so I know that I'm not really going to go mess that part up, but if you just want to keep it simple, keep them as two separate folders. If we just open up Arduino tools, we've got a couple of files here that we need to have a look at. Episode 7 and episode 12 talk about this. The connect serial port is the most common application you'll see me using. It's where I connect the Arduino to the computer, to the game, and it's a single USB. If you're running multiple, it's the question I get asked the most. Do I need to do that for every Arduino? No, you can create a multiple package using multiple COM ports, and that is going to be a text file that you can edit. You type in all the communication ports and it's a singular click, but go check episode 12 out for that. But what we want to go do, especially for our new users, is open up Arduino library and see that we have a zip folder there called 0.3.9. It's the DCS Bios Arduino library. That's going to give us everything to interact within the Arduino design environment. Now you're asking yourself, how do I know if I've already gone and downloaded this? Let's say I downloaded it 12 months ago. How do I know what version I'm on? I went and did this 12 months ago. I don't remember what number it was, and I can't find that folder that I did it. I'd had bad file management. Easiest thing to do is go into your documents folder, Arduino, ignore my poorly named work. You can see my naming structure gets really good, and then it goes really bad, and then gets good again. We want to go down to libraries, and we want to go DCS Bios fork, and we can open up the release notes. And you can see I've already got 0.3.9. But for those that are new, I'm going to show you how to install it clean. So let me exit out of that. Let me go back and let me go and delete the DCS Bios fork so we're all in the same spot. Let's close that. Let's close that. And let's open up Arduino IDE. With the Arduino IDE loaded up and I'm running 2.3.2, you want to go Sketch, Include Library, Add.zip library. And this is where we're going to go navigate to that Arduino tools folder that had that zip folder in. So let's go local to C, users, Scott, saved games, open beta, scripts, that's where we were just at, DCS Bios, Arduino tools, DCS Bios Arduino library, click the zip folder, click open, and it's going to go do its thing. There we go, successfully installed, and we know it's successfully installed because we can go File, Examples, all the way down, and we can see DCS Bios fork, and it's got all the examples there. If it did not install correctly, you would not have that. So We've gone and told DCS how we're going to do it. We've told our computer or ourselves how we're going to interact with it, but we want something, a tool of sorts, to work out what's actually going on and where to get those cool snippets of code from. It's our last little bit and then we are done. Let's close Arduino IDE, close that, and let's go back into the Skunkworks folder. Now, this was Skunkworks in the DCS Bios fork. If within this web page, if we just go to the top left and we click on DCS Skunkworks, we can now see a list of repositories that DCS Skunkworks has here, and we want to go down in the pinned section to BoRT. BoRT stands for the BIOS Reference Tool. What we want to do again is click Releases. Don't go up and click Code. Let's go Releases. It's got the latest tag next to it, and we're going to click BoRT 0.3.0.setup.exe. Nothing else. Setup.exe. That's all we want. And while it's downloading, we can go open back up our files. I'm going to go back into saved games. I'm all going to keep it in one area. By this stage, we want to know how to get there. Open beta, scripts, DCS BIOS, and let's go under tools. Let's open up our download section. And we can see we have BoRT 0.3.0 setup. It's not even in a folder, it is just the exe. And let's go and drag it into that. Now, let's go and create a little bit of a clean desktop. I know that I'll be using the Connect serial port often, and then once this is all done, I'll go to the multi-port. But just for ease of me filming, I know I use the serial port often, so I'm going to drag that to my desktop, as well as I'm going to use BoRT as well. Now you could probably make shortcuts out of those, that way you're not just like hard dragging them, but hey, it is what it is. And that is everything ready to go. We can close this and we can go open up BoRT. Now, if you are fixing your error, this should fix it. My Windows is protected. Look, good luck everybody, run anyway. And yeah, if you open this, it's going to open up once, it's going to close itself, and it's going to reopen itself again. So let's just wait for it to do its bit. But I am seeing a message that we had before. And you're like, Scott, I thought you were going to teach us this. I thought you were going to fix it for us. Hold up, we're nearly there. BIOS or BoRT is having a little hissy fit, and we're going to show you how to fix it. Because the first time we did not have the files. That's why I was having the hissy fit. This hissy fit, I'm pretty sure it is just because it doesn't know where to look. So let's go Menu, select BIOS location. The current path is just to the DCS BIOS. We need to get to the JSON files. It's under doc, JSON, and we're gonna go select current folder. There we go. That is all sorted. Now we can go and have a look at all of our modules. They've done an incredible job of how many modules they actually do. Now I've purely looked into the F18 stuff, but man, if you are building a cockpit, there is probably a high fidelity module on there for you. And I know they're doing the patchy and they're always doing a lot of work. So that is about it. Now for the new users that don't want to go to episode 7, I do recommend going there because you'll actually see me doing a panel with it. But just a quick overview, this is where it's connecting to DCS as the game. The module we're going to select is the F18, and then we can select the different lines of codes and the different input styles as well. So we can see the contrast control switch is done as a increase or decrease 2-pin switch. It can also be done as a multi-position switch, all sorts of inputs. It's not just limited to one. So yeah, I hope that fixed your problem. I've got a feeling it's going to fix 99% of your problems. If anything wasn't clear in this video, please let me know. Let me know in the comments, because that way I can make another update video. But yeah, go give this a go. Go get your DCS BIOS and your BoRT working. It's going to fix it. And remember, have fun, stay safe, enjoy some flight simming, and I'll see you next episode. Because it's getting pretty cool. I want to do some standby gauges. I want to get into the needles, steppers, servers, all that good stuff. We're going to start really ramping up the speed of production because I want this cockpit done. September. September is my benchmark. I want it done. If it's not done by September, we got big problems. At least I want it functional. But yeah, go have a wonderful week ahead. Go get your BIOS fixed, and I will see you next episode. Welcome back to episode 27 of Tutorial Tuesday. As always, so good to see you. In today's episode, what is my little hand doing? We are fixing this, I don't know what hand it is. It's this hand. I want to do this one. How cool's the cub? It actually looks so sick. It's gonna get painted. Lay down. Up here. Up. Hello. I'm filming. Can you let me film? No, you're not getting your name in the credits. Off. Thank you. Lay down. Thank you. Take 5. I don't know.